Now that you've had some practice working with percents, we're going to find a percent of a number. This has two steps. The first thing we need to do is change our percent to a decimal. We're going to take the decimal point and move it left 2 places. We do this because percent means out of 100. So when you divide by 100, your decimal point goes left 2. If there isn't a decimal point shown, it is at the end of the number. Then, once we have it as a decimal, we're going to multiply. That's because mathematically the word of means multiply. So when you have a percent of a number, you're going to take that percent as a decimal, multiply it by the number. Let's try a couple. Our first question asks, what is 17% of 28? Step 1 said we need to change our percent into a decimal. In order to change our percent to a decimal, we're going to move the decimal 2 to the left. Right now, I don't know where the decimal point is. Remember, if it's not written, it's at the end of the number. So this is the whole number, 17.0. Now, to move it into a decimal, we're going to take this, move it 2 to the left. So 17% is equal to 0.17. Then we look at the keyword of. Of means multiply. We'll take our decimal, 0.17, of, or times, 28. Grab out your calculator. 0.17 times 28 equals 4.76. So 17% of 28 is 4.76. It's always a good idea to take a minute and reflect if that answer makes sense. 17% is a small amount. It's definitely less than half. So half of 28 is 14. So I'm well below that. So I feel confident that that's a reasonable answer. Let's try another one. What is 92% of 430? We'll change 92% into a decimal. The decimal point currently is beyond 2. We're going to move it left 1, 2 spots. That gives us a decimal of 0.9. Then the word of reminds us to multiply. That gives us 0.92 times 430. Multiply that out on your calculator. 0.92 times 430 equals 395.6. Again, I can ask myself if that's a reasonable answer. 92% means it's almost all. 100% would mean the total. So I would expect that my answer is pretty big. So out of 430, 395.6 is a pretty high value. So again, that seems like a reasonable answer. So remember your steps. Change your percent to a decimal by moving 2 to the left, then multiply by the number.